Ladies and gentlemen, on to the main thing. Thank you very much for the link there, Young, for this link right here. Apparently, a few days ago, 2 days ago, or whatever, Eddie and Adin Ross got on live stream. Eddie and Adin Ross got on live stream together to talk about Kick. And, well, we're going to take a look at this here, and I'm going to break down the responses from Eddie and all that stuff. We are going to break it down. And yeah, we're gonna break it down. Let's see here. 2.0 breakdown. Okay, let's take a look here at what we got. So the first thing here, I believe this is a notepad from Adin Ross talking about things that he wants to bring up in the call. The first thing is fix the Kick app, because the Kick app, people complain about it all the time, and it just issues just all over the place. Subbing in crypto. I know people really wanted to be able to sub in crypto in case they wanted, but this would be a streamer option, basically meaning that the streamer, I think, could enable this option or not, obviously, because some people don't want to deal with crypto, so it'd really be up to them. Kick on console, Kick streaming from console. Brother, man, okay, whatever. I know that's been a huge request, but I don't even know how many people actually use that. Channel points. Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, the channel points thing, Eddie is going to, my assumption here is that Eddie is going to mention that there are already channel points on Kick, but that's not what this means. Channel points officially from Kick, official channel points from Kick, like Twitch channel points, right? Not that. But I have a feeling he's probably going to mention the fact that, oh, there are bots that have channel points. Kick V2. Oh my God. Kick V2 is probably, we're working on it. It's in the work. Yeah, I don't know. OOTD, I don't know what that means. Kick/bits. Again, did North Korea ever get back to you? What? Fix polls. Oh my God. KickCon. Dude, okay. Kick editor for like clips and like footage and stuff like that, maybe. Discord connection to Kick, that would be huge, but that is, he's going to mention the API. The API is the most important thing for the Discord connection with Kick. Kick on TV. Kick should be on every single app that YouTube is on. Okay, every single thing that YouTube is on, Kick should be on. Ultimately, that would be the greatest. Kick whispers. Fix clips, please. They are so butt cheeks. I agree on that. It's terrible. Creator program, maybe to emphasize more on the creator program. Interesting. Are you circumcised? Of course, that's got to be an Adin Ross question. Yep. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. Wow. Just, oh my God, this guy. When is he gonna grow up? VOD during stream. Oh, right. To go back in a VOD during stream so that you don't have to end the stream for people to get access to the VOD. That's what he's talking about there. Very true. Very true. Let me close my window a little bit to fix my my face lighting a tiny bit here. Just a little bit. Live VODs. Yeah, live VODs. Kick can't even fix the app. Lamau, you asking too much? Dude, I can't pause my live stream in the creator dashboard. That's still, it was supposed to be fixed one time earlier, and it fixed for less than 24 hours, and then it came back. Yeah. Anyways, let's see what they have to say here. What does the second to the last one say? Yeah.
That's what we talking about. What's this emergency meeting about?
I mean, dude, I just feel like you and
Emergency meeting. So Adin Ross really wanted to have this call with Eddie. Interesting. I mean, hey, I'm all for it, man. I am all for it. Let's get into this. Let's deep dive. Let's see. Thank you, VOD editor. Thank you, the person who uploaded this, for blocking out the chat. That is major props to that dude, because he knows his chat's awful. What the heck was that? Why did it? Okay, I apparently a replay saved or something. I don't know what just happened right there, but bro had the green light and everything. Oh yeah, this isn't Adin's new room, but Adin Ross has a new room right now, being made or is made or whatever. That's like a whole NBA court. It's crazy. He not gonna ask half those questions he wrote? Yeah, probably not. Let's see what he says.
and I need to be talking on stream a few times, a year, just a few times a year. Bounce off genius from genius, idea to idea. You look good, bro. You look good.
Looking good too, man. You're looking healthy.
I am healthy, but I need to get a haircut. I'm looking homeless right now, but I'm gonna get a haircut today, actually.
You like still get that barber to come in and do your hair on stream? Didn't you used to do that like ages ago?
Yeah, I still have. He's downstairs right now, sleeping, taking a nap, and then he's gonna come up here in a few hours and give me a cut.
Wait, your barber sleeps in your house?
No, I have him sleeping in the tunnel system.
I'm not even sure if you're serious anymore, man.
What you been up to, bro? You been good?
Yeah, we've been working hard behind the scenes, man. You know, keeping things running. You know, just same business as usual. You know, you see what it's like. You've been out here.
Yes,
to God's country.
I was in Australia. It was very nice. And people were saying that when you came out to the club with me, that was like the first time I've ever seen you out in nightlife ever. So you're always working, man. And I really appreciate you coming out and seeing me and stuff. That was fun. I have to come out to Australia again this year.
It was actually
Okay.
well, it was like 3 days, right? But
Bro.
it was pretty sick. It was good.
Stupid
I
ad
think
block.
Australia, like no one will, like Australia doesn't have like, you know, quote unquote like famous people, right? So like even like, you were walking around like Melbourne, it was like, what the fuck's Adin doing?
Dude, did your people tell you that people were following me to my
Legit stalkers going on then? Like
Dude, there
people,
was
that's what I mean.
people
Like,
out my bed in my room? They tried literally getting into my room. It was the craziest thing I've
Okay.
ever seen. Nuts, bro, nuts. Wait, okay, so can we talk?
they love it.
I know, I love them too. I ended up, yeah. Wait, Eddie,
Small
can we
talk.
talk about some kick shit a little bit?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, what's going on?
Feed it to me.
All right, Eddie. Well, I actually want to talk to you about what happened like a month ago. The whole Cardi thing, right? Obviously, Cardi, you know, that whole thing where, you know, he took from Kick. Do you think that was a win at the end of the day for Kick? Do you think that we got the W in that situation?
Yes, probably because there was a lot of drama about this going on with the Cardi situation. There was a lot of drama going on about it, and ultimately Kick thrives off of drama. Any publicity is good publicity for Kick. So ultimately, yeah, they might see that as a win. So let's see.
Hell yeah, no, it worked out great for Kick, but I don't know. It still felt like, you know, it still felt bad, like in the sense that, you know, he like had the wrong intentions. You know, I don't like that. Like, I don't think he realized that he kind of did you, Kick, everyone a favor and kind of brought himself down. But nonetheless, like those, you know, having those wrong intentions going into that situation,
He has the wrong intentions, and he did everyone a favor by bringing himself down because he did that.
way he did doesn't sit right with me. So I don't like
Okay.
it for that reason. But, you know, I think all in all it was a big win for us. Isn't he meant to come back on and like, you know, fix up all what he, you know, the fact that he kind of screwed us over?
Is it bad that I don't know who Playboy Cardi is? I think he's a rapper. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's a rapper, but I don't listen to rap. I don't like it. So yeah, I would never really listen to his stuff.
I don't think it's going to happen, man. I'm trying, but I don't think it's going to happen, Eddie. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Sorry.
Ah, well, no, I think it was all good in the end. But how much did you like give him in total in the end?
I think it was half.
Or half the total payment?
It was about half a ticket.
Yeah, can't hell. I think, well, but all in all, like he got a lot of backlash for that, right?
Half a ticket. So are they saying $500,000? Was it like a total $1 million, or what was it? I wonder.
Like that was no way worth it for him.
Yeah, I
Or
think
something like that. What was it?
Obviously, I don't think you'll ever do something like that ever again. But at the end of the day, bro, as far as Kick goes, I think as a Kick, we got what, number one? We did a lot of crazy, so I think it worked out in Kick's favor.
Yeah, in Kick's favor, in your favor. I think in like the whole streaming community in general, I think that kind of like signaled to the rest of the world, like, hey, look, like streamers are like, I don't know, it was like a big win for streamers in general, right? Like you kind of like positioned yourself above someone of that stature.
What is
which
going
was
on in his
huge. And I think,
background?
like everyone else kind of, you know, had a win off the back of that as well. So yeah, the ripple down effect was pretty big, I reckon.
What's
yeah.
going on in his back?
Yeah,
He's
I
got like a
reckon
whole
it's
lab behind him.
Bro, okay. So moving
Okay.
on from that. Wait, Eddie, I gotta ask you this, bro, because
Oh my
this
God.
is a big one for the chat wanted me to ask this one. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, of course the chat you wanted to ask this one. Come on.
I'm gonna dip around. Kick console. Are we pushing that? It's still coming.
Yeah, so the next one, the first thing's coming out is like the TV apps for Apple TV and Android TV. So that's like ready to launch. Like,
okay.
Even today, like upstairs, like we will like plan around with the TV apps, and then next step's console, which is kind of like similar in terms of technical.
Watch the TV apps come out and be better than the web version and the phone apps. Imagine what's the likeliness? I don't know, but
sort of requirements a little bit different, but a lot of functionality kind of
is Roku
somewhat overlapping.
Roku,
sorry, Roku as well as Apple TV.
I might have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah, please Roku, please Roku, please Roku.
Assuming the idea is to cover everything, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not good initial launch, then yeah, it'll get coverage, right? Like,
yeah.
We don't want to leave any open. Let anyone down, essentially.
No, of course not. X is coming to Miami, by the way. I officially got him to come fuck with the Miami Kick warehouse.
Dude, he was meant to be there like last week, no?
Nah, he literally bought a house. He's like, he talked to my guy Tav. He's like, yo, Tav, pick out a house for me. He bought a house and he's moving here in like 5 days.
Wait, did he like buy a house without even looking at it?
Yes.
like Tav like took like a video or
heck,
something.
Dude?
Like, I'll
yeah.
buy it.
Yeah, and he bought it.
XQC. So if you don't know what they're talking about, Adin Ross bought a ginormous warehouse and like branded it all Kick and everything. It is the Kick warehouse that they're going to host a lot of events and stuff at. And the idea is that what they're going to do is Adin Ross and XQC are going to go out there and do a bunch of things. And Adin Ross invited XQC. XQC agreed. He said, let's do it. And so he is in the process of working on moving to Miami. However, that is bizarre that XQC messaged one of Adin's managers or whatever and said, yo, find me a house. Found him a house. He bought it. They didn't even look at it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hopefully they do some crazy events and stuff, bro. I'd love, dude, like do some basketball or volleyball or dodgeball type events, the Ludwig, the OTK type events in that warehouse, bro. Please, man, please. I want to go out there and participate in that. Please, man.
Yeah. All right. No, that'd be awesome. I'll tell you what, the warehouse streams were doing really good. Why haven't you been doing them lately?
I've been going through some shit lately, bro. I went through a whole war in the past few days. My Twitter community, but we're recovering it. We're getting it back.
Wait, is your Twitter community back?
It's coming back. Okay, it's coming back. It'll be back by tomorrow.
You can't remove that, man. Like you gotta bring it back.
The Twitter community thing is I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it had something to do with one of his members in his community and his Discord mods, and it did not go well.
You can't just take
I think that's what they're talking about.
I know. It's
like you can't. That's like, man, you got to find a solution. You need to like, I don't know. Like, yeah, guess what? There was some factors in play that are pretty complicated. I take it.
Yes, the community will be back. I made a big mistake, and I noticed to never ever make that mistake ever again. Too much going down, but at the end of the day, bro, I took a power trip and I f***ed up, and I took accountability. So I'm gonna bring it back, and we give the people what they want, and that's that. Community will be coming back.
No, that community is special.
Okay.
Like, as long as it's doing like good things and not getting out of hand.
What's the next thing?
You don't want to take the shortcut of just like letting. No.
All right.
But at the same time, no, be careful though. Be careful though, right? I see why you probably had to take it down, but yeah.
V2. Anything you can say about Kick?
Sure you got, like, the right process.
Okay. Whoa. Hang on.
Got you.
Hold
Kick
on.
V2. Anything you can say about Kick version 2?
Yeah. No, we're.
That's okay. That's not promising already. The start of this isn't promising.
Version 2?
We're gonna.
Yeah. No, we're. Beforehand, the idea around Kick V2 was like, we need to get this thing out. We need it done ASAP. Like, And what was ultimately happening is we're kind of heading down this road of kind of rushing it out, which wasn't a good idea. So we kind of said, you know what, like obviously the state kick is in technically isn't where we want to be. Like, that's very clear. We
Yeah.
want to be, kick from a technical standpoint has a lot of room to improve, a lot of places it needs to do better. And the idea was like V2 is going to solve all this. But then we realized like, okay, now we're kind of cutting corners again and we're just getting up there having to make a V3. So we've kind of taken a step back like, no, let's just get this 100% right. Let's do everything perfect. If something isn't, at bare minimum equal to the competition, if not better, then it's not done yet, right? So, I don't think there's a massive need to move quickly for the sake of moving quickly. Like kick in its current state, it works, right? Like it's not the perfect experience, I know, but it works. It gets the job done. So, we can continue to keep moving forward with what we have at this very moment. But when we do, get this kind of V2 out, then we want people to go like, this is the real deal. There shouldn't be any complaints. It should be, complete feature parity, complete, technical parity with the competition. And I don't want to be sitting here after its launch making excuses again. That's kind of the most important thing. So we're it's been worked on. It's our main priority right now. Put it that way.
That's good.
Whoa. Hey, there's some big stuff here. There's some very, very big stuff here. We're going to go through and we're going to break this down bit by bit here because there is some very big stuff here. Cindy, it's welcome to the stream. Kick will end up like Mixer. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But at the end of the day, you never know. Anything can shut down the next minute. Who knows? How does Kick plan on increasing viewership with all the non-stop controversy that's been going on for a year now? That's the idea, is get the controversy to get people to see Kick. Too many thugs that are streaming? Yeah. That's the idea, basically, is that all of this bad publicity, all these people doing very questionable stuff on stream, it basically just like benefits Kick essentially, right? Because it gets the name out there. But let's go through and break this down piece by piece here.
We had to take it down, but yeah, just
about Kick version 2.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're
Kick version 2.
Beforehand, the idea.
So the start of this was not very good. He kind of sighed a little bit.
And Kick V2 was like, we need to get this thing out. We need it done ASAP.
So we need to get this thing out. We need to get it out ASAP. I think that's probably largely due to the API, because people have been wanting the API, since forever. So that probably has a lot to do with the API, would be my assumption here. Again, would just be my guess, would be the API. And well, they decided to change notes.
And what was ultimately happening is we're kind of heading down this road of kind of rushing it out, which wasn't a good idea. So we kind of said, you know what, like obviously the state kick is in technically.
So they were getting to the point of rushing it out, hence why the reason he mentions it a little bit here of the worry about creating a Kick 3.0. They would just be repeating their actions. Okay, but he continues. All you see is fights and other streamers talking about each other. Yeah, but he continues.
Isn't where we want to be. Like, that's very clear. We want to be, Kick from a technical standpoint has a lot of room to improve, a lot of places it needs to do better. And the idea was like V2 is going to solve all this. But then we realized like, okay, now we're kind of cutting corners again and we're just getting up there having to make a V3. So we've kind of.
So they kind of realized that they were cutting corners, and then they would have had to make V3, which they obviously didn't want to do.
I'm taking a step back, like, no, let's just get this 100% right. Let's do everything perfect. If something isn't, at bare minimum equal to the competition, if not better, then it's not done yet, right? So
that is a huge statement. That is a huge statement. If you don't realize what he's saying right here, he is saying basically that almost essentially, just to dumb it down, almost any feature that is available on Twitch will be available on Kick 2.0. That's essentially what he's saying right here. He's essentially saying, like, so we're talking channel points, API, giga chats, monetization tools, moderation tools, all of that stuff is kind of what he's saying here. That's a huge statement.
So, I don't think there's a massive need to move quickly for the sake of moving quickly. Like,
So, and then he goes and tries to reinstate the idea that kick right now works. It technically gets the job done. It's not very nice, but it technically does get the job done, which it is true. He is not lying there. Kick right now at the current state, yes, it's not perfect, but technically we can agree that it does work. We can agree on that. So yeah, okay.
kick in its current state, it works, right? Like it's not the perfect experience, I know, but it works. It gets the job done. So, we can continue to keep moving forward with what we have at this very moment. But when we do, get this kind of V2 out, then we want people to go like, this is the real deal. There shouldn't be any complaints. It should be, complete feature parity, complete, technical parity with the competition. And
Yowzer. Again, there's another huge claim right there. The idea of, hey, when 2.0 does come out, it's going to be a wow factor. It's going to be just wow. Because you're going to have so many features. The technology is going to be on par with the competition. The features are going to be on par with the competition. That is a huge statement. And based on this, Kick 2.0 is probably going to be another year. Okay. Kick 2.0, I have a feeling, is probably going to be another year of development. I would say from like right now. But we can remove like buttons from clips. Kick needs to do a boxing match with two of the little turds that stream on Kick Neon versus Jack Doherty. Yeah. The most Steve. Welcome back, by the way.
Yeah, I don't want to be sitting here after its launch making excuses again. That's kind of the most important thing. So we're it's been worked on. It's our main priority right now. Put it that way.
That's good. It's being looking to launch this year.
This year, if it's not launched this year, then yeah, no, that'd be a real issue.
Yeah,
this year for sure.
For sure. Yeah. All right, cool. I'm assuming in V2 stuff like the poll system, the Vods system.
This year for sure. Okay. So yeah, this year for sure is the statement there. So we're talking probably December 31st. We'll see. Again, we're gonna have to keep an eye out. They got technically 8.5 months. They got 8.5 months to do this.
The clipping system, it'll all be revamped.
Yeah, cool. The clipping stuff's a bit ordinary. Vods, need a lot of work. Like, there's everything you mentioned there.
Cool. Under control. Is there anything you could say about the creator program? Okay. I see people getting paid by the hour. I don't know how you value that, but what could you say more about the creator program and how to get more creators involved in the creator program?
So the creator program, I think, is by far one of the coolest things.
So before we go on to the creator program, let's just talk about 2.0 here really quick again. The way I understand this is it's kind of like what this current state of what Kick is in is just kind of what it's going to be. It's just kind of it. Unless it's something absolutely game breaking, they're not going to do anything about it. Okay. If it's not something absolutely just breaking, people can't watch streams, they're not going to do a single thing about it because they're working on 2.0. Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay. Whatever. So that's pretty big. That's pretty big. It's pretty big. So basically Kick is kind of on the back burner, and we are going to be on the back burner for many more months until 2.0 comes out before we really start to maybe see some big things happening. In the meantime, it is just trying to hold the community over, trying to do your own thing and really see what's going on, right? So it's kind of just holding yourself over for that time till that moment. So again, Kick is just kind of on the back burner right now while they're working on 2.0 is essentially the goal. I've stated this a long time ago is what it would happen. In my opinion, I think Kick is going to fail, and this is me not even being pessimistic. I would love for them to prove me wrong, though. Yeah, we'll see. At the end of the day, they do have, let's be honest, they do have a lot of money. They do have a lot of money. We've seen it with video games before. I know a platform is a lot different than a video game, but we've seen it with video games before where a video game will release, get a bunch of hype, die out completely die, right? Just dead. And then all of a sudden they'll do like a major update, and then now they're able to hold a community. Even though it's like 1 or 2 years after the release of the game died, they do one major update and the game now has consistent player base again. So we've seen it with video games before. I don't think that something like this is too far off where, you know, Kick released, had a lot of hype and stuff like that. Technically, we're at a certain point. We're kind of sitting at like a stalemate of a point, if not going down slightly. And it's just going to be a holdout game until the next big update, which would be 2.0, which according to him again should be features on par with competition like Twitch, and technology on par competition with Twitch. So if that is true, and that does come out hopefully, then I mean, it's kind of just holding out until that point.
Kick's done. I don't think it's got as much attention as I feel it deserves. Like, it's, you know, it truly is game changing for anyone who kind of has between, you know, sort of 50 to sort of 500 average viewers, because that's kind of that sort of weird spot in streaming where you kind of just don't have enough traction to, you know, comfortably look after yourself, but you know, you're kind of still forced to put in a lot of effort to make it up that step. So kind of the KCIP.
Tess, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Fills that gap. Yeah, right now it's primarily based on a bunch of factors. Big ones like your CCV, you know, your chat activity, stuff like, you know, viewer retention. There's a few sort of main sort of.
What I will say is the biggest, like, from my experience with the KCIP program, the biggest factor has got to be viewership. Has to be viewership. I mean, I've had streams where I've had a ton of chat activity, a ton of brand new users, and it was nothing compared to another stream where I had less chat activity but more viewers. So viewer count definitely is like the number one factor. I'd say it probably accounts for 70, if not 80% of the revenue from the creator incentive program would be my guess.
Of factors that come into play when it comes to how much you get per hour, but yeah, you essentially get paid per hour to stream. That's the bare bones of it. That's crazy. And I think
it's not technically paid per hour to live stream, but you can break it down to an hourly rate if you wanted to. I know that's what I do. Like, I see how much a stream makes, I divide it by how many hours I streamed, and then, you know, I can get like a rough estimate of how much an hour. But obviously you have some hours that are more than others, so it just kind of levels out, you know. It just kind of levels out. So you could come down to hourly rate, but that changes every single day. Every single time you live stream, every single hour it changes.
Well over 300, 400 people now who have access to it.
Chad, would you stream, you got paid per hour?
I reckon, you know, get on that ASAP. It's not gonna, like, you know, you can't like quit your job and retire the moment you get on the KCIP. It's not like life-changing money, but it certainly helps, like, be able to get ready to make that switch over. And the thing is, as you grow, like if you get on the KCIP and say, you know, averaging sort of 50, 100 viewers, whatever, you know, as you grow and get to say 1,000, then you know, the amount you get per hour kind of 10x's. Wow. You know, or 20x's depending.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you are averaging 1,000 viewers, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're doing pretty well. You are doing very, very well. Maybe I could get there someday. I don't know, but you are doing very well. I saw in a stream last week, a streamer was saying if you have average 1,000 people in a stream, you can make up to $50 an hour. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's no like definitive rate saying like, oh, if you do have 1,000 viewers, you get $50 an hour. There's nothing like that really counts towards that. Again, it changes all over the place, but maybe you could. I don't know. So if you're at 30 to 60, how good is that? It really depends again on your spending habits. right? It really depends on your spending habits, whether it will be enough money for you or not. Um, for me, it's like I can do okay with it right now. I can do okay with it. Now, then again, I haven't had like a full definitive regular month of being on the program. So I haven't really seen like an exact kind of I haven't gotten like a rough idea for me and my channel what like one regular month looks like, because obviously we're in maple season, so we got really long streams. Eddie stopped by and gave me 100 subs, which is $474, something like that. So my revenue from the creator program is a little bit scuffed here and there, different spots. So it's hard for me to tell. Plus, I haven't fully been on the program yet for like a proper full month. This is technically my first month, but obviously this month is a little bit scuffed. But I will say, I mean, for at least this month, I'm pretty satisfied with it, of course. But of course, next month I think will really be the big test to see where it is. Now, for me, I average anywhere between 20 to 60, 20 to 50 viewers is kind of my average typically. And you know, my spending habits are not really crazy at all. They're not really crazy at all. So it's really just like your spending habits, I think, is just a giant factor to it. But I will say I'm not quite where I want to be yet. um I'm not quite where I want to be yet. I would essentially, like, I'm a full transparency. If I wanted to be like pretty, you know, satisfied, pretty satisfied, like I'd have to like double or triple my current community right now, right? Double or triple my current community right now. Before I'd be, you know, pretty okay. Of course, growing some more to get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna sit here buy a Lamborghini, but I could at least kind of chill and do my normal thing and don't have to like, you know, go super crazy. But obviously, you know, changes. I remember when Mixer paid Ninja like 3 million a month, and like 9 months later, Mixer crashed. Yeah, Ice gets too much money to do stuff. I mean, here's the thing: Ice Poseidon's content lately has been fine. Ice Poseidon's content lately has been fine. Fear Factor thing was cool. He's traveling around the world or whatever, you know, subathon with the headset, the Apple Vision Pro. It's cool. That is unique content. So honestly, I don't really see anything terrible about that. It's legit. It's a lot better than going on Omegle, having girls flash the stream, you know, telling people to go do terrible things to themselves or whatever. Like, it's a lot better content than that. Okay.
On how you're doing, and you know, it can start to become a real full-time job. And you know, the ultimate aspect around it is to try to make it so we don't have to rely on subs. You know, I think that's the weirdest thing with streaming, like the whole streaming culture where like everyone's sitting there relying on subs and like, please.
Oh, dude, dude, averaging like here's the thing on Kick. Here's the thing. All right, here's the thing on Kick. You can, this is public information. It's $4.74 per sub, right? If you have 200 subs a month, that's $948. Okay, 200 subs a month. If you double that and you have 400 subs a month, that's almost $2,000 a month for 400 subs. On Twitch, it wouldn't be anywhere near this, right? It would not be anywhere near this on Twitch. So, yeah. So you know, it just ultimately, yeah. So yeah. Twitch takes too much money from streamers. Yeah. What do you think about Sam and Chris? I don't who.
Please give me subs. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that. I think it leads to content being kind of not the greatest, when everyone's kind of in the back of the mind, like, how do I get subs to, to make this worthwhile? So yeah, the idea being hopefully that, you know, people stop relying so much on subs. Subs are obviously a big bonus, a big aspect of streaming still, but they can, you know, more focus on creating great content that brings viewers, not people that gift them subscribers or donations, you know. So ultimately, I think that'll lead to better content being made, viewer experience being better. But we've got to give it time. We've got to give it time. It's still an infant. It was only launched like a month and a half ago, right? Still super new.
Oh no, 100%. Thank you for touching base on that. And then obviously, you know, this is a question I want to ask you personally. Did North Korea ever get back to you or anything about what we did with the impersonation?
No, they never said anything. Oh, I don't know. They definitely would have watched it. Like, you know, Kim Jong-un would surely watch that. They would have got back to him. Like, he would have been briefed in the morning, like, on it for sure.
Wait, he saw that.
He would have been watching. Oh, well, I don't know for sure, but I assume so. Like, that was making like headlines. Like, dude, you know who was like talking about it. Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah. So he 100% saw that.
I can't say 100%, but I assume so. Like, it was making its rounds, right? Like, you know, surely he gets like informed on what's happening in the world in relation to him, and on that day, that was probably the most relevant thing. Like, he would have been like, "What the hell is this?
What the? Okay. All right. It's cool. That's fine. Okay. Cool. Yo, do you think I can maybe put it together? Do you think we could do a KickCon/Kick Streamer Awards type ceremonies? I know you have a lot going on with Kick V2 this year and stuff like that, but do you think this is a possibility where we could do a KickCon and a Kick Awards ceremony?
I think the KickCon would be awesome, right? Like, I think that there's like an actual real demand for it. It's just about executing it, you know. I think it has to be something pretty special. I've said this before on like my stream. Like, I think to begin with, the whole idea around KickCon was going to be this kind of like, you know, almost like this small joke, almost like, you know, we'll just do something, you know, maybe some kind of one day night whatever thing. But I think, you know, there's actual demand for something along the lines of obviously what Twitch does, like, you know, a proper convention with you know, actual, you know, full organization behind it. So no, I think there's already been like variations of KickCon. I think like some of these dream hacks and other events, like we've had a lot of people from Kick go, and it just shows that there is you know, there is a true demand for it. I think there's like 200 people from Kick at DreamHack in Atlanta or something like that. I don't quote me on that number, but it just goes to show that wasn't even like properly like promoted by us fully. It was just like amongst a few sort of communities and stuff. So yeah, it'd be awesome. I think it'd be just, I tell you what, when you mentioned the way you put like the streamer awards, that'd be awesome, because obviously there's like the streamer awards that are ran by those you know, those other ones. I can't remember, QT Cinderella and those ones, or whatever, the Streamy Awards. And I don't know, I don't really, I think those ones are a bit, you know, a bit different. I don't know. I think we could do something better. You know, I think something cooler. I think there's room to expand on it. I don't think that's the best representation of what the streamer awards should look like. When people think of like streamer awards, it kind of sucks that they think of that one, you know. So I think there's I think there's something better that could be done. Who knows? But
Tob's in the chat. Tob said he could put it together pretty well. Tob has good connections. He thinks he could put something cool together. So it'd be great if we end up, you know, executing it like you said.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me let the dogs in really quick. Hang on. The fact that there are no ads on Kick, yes, is a big factor, because it makes the viewing experience a lot better. You're not you know, really hit on the view count, stuff like that. So yeah.
I think, man, one step at a time though. I think, like, you know, you asked the question about like, you know, V2 and stuff. You know, I think Kick's number one priority right now is like get the product there, you know, get the app, the TV app, the console, all that kind of stuff up to scratch. And then once we're like, all right, now we're on an even playing field from a technological product perspective, you know, then that's when we start filling the gaps in all these, like, you know, really you know, community focused aspects. That's the way I look at it, at least.
I love that. Eddie, what could you tell me about the moderation system? I saw like there's more Kick bans and suspensions being, you know, enforced. I know you're a person that loves to obviously freedom of expression, and you don't like really censorship, but you know, you obviously have to draw the line. What could you say about the new moderation what's been going on with Kick lately?
Yeah, no, I think just like anything, right? You know, you let things get, you give kind of an inch, and people start to take a mile kind of situation. Like, obviously, yeah, I think over moderation is dangerous. I think it can get out of hand very quickly, but the opposite as well is just as equally dangerous, right? You know, I like to say freedom of speech shouldn't be a shield for hate speech, right? Like, I think, you know, you got to be careful what you say online, especially if you have a really large following. You know, if you do have a lot of people, you know, tuning in, that comes with responsibility. And then, you know, that responsibility ends up also falling on the platform too. So, you know, I don't think we'll ever go down the pathway of like over moderating, but at the same time, like, you know, if you let things get out of hand, it gets bad. It gets nasty, and we don't want Kick to be known for the wrong things. Like, I think Kick should be known for all the great success stories. Like, there has been so many success stories on Kick. There's so many positive interactions people have, so many positive streamers. There's so many creative channels. There's so many gaming channels. There's so much good stuff going on Kick. It really sucks when there's like this one person that everyone's like, oh, Kick is like bad because of this. So, you know, obviously, I think we've kind of realized that there's not we don't have a perfect system.
Do you guys agree with that? What do you think? Do you guys agree with that? Does viewbotting even help to earn money if you're in the Kick creator list? No. Well, it shouldn't.
What a joke.
What a
What a
joke.
joke,
What do you guys think of
man.
that? What do you guys think of that? Let me go back here.
Like, this positive.
This is
stream of
talking about the
success stories on Kick.
moderation.
There's so many things out of hand,
Moderation.
it gets bad. It gets nasty, and we don't want Kick to be known for the wrong things. Like,
We don't want Kick to be known for the long things. It shouldn't theoretically. Yeah, theoretically it shouldn't. But I will let you know it's a pain in the balls. We don't want Kick to be known for the wrong things. I don't know about you guys, but what do you think Kick is known for? You know, just I mean, just off the top of your head, just off the top of your head, what do you think Kick's known for? They're literally Kick is known to be the platform with all the degen people that does gamba, just does content where they just make fun of people, do terrible things, say terrible things. Kick is a platform that has people that attacks other people. They support these kind of people. Like, that's what Kick is known for. Kick is not known for any of the good stuff. Why? Because all the bad stuff drowns it out, because the bad stuff happens 24/7. And then when something bad does happen, right? When something bad does happen, what's the action? What's the moderation action from Kick? 1 day, maybe 2 day ban. 1 or 2 day ban. Oh, but somebody else does something like not as bad as that, and they get a week ban? Like, what are we doing? That's why it's called Kick, yeah. Mean-spirited content is the worst. Maybe they realize this is hurting their platform. This, basically what's being said right here is that it's kind of like, it's not really admitting anything. It's just like, we don't want Kick to be known as that, but the Kick is known as that. You talk to anybody online about Kick, guess what they're gonna say? They're gonna say Kick's a terrible platform filled with terrible people.
I think Kick should be known for all the great success stories. Like, there has been so many success stories on Kick. There's so many positive interactions people have, so many positive streamers. There's so many creative channels. There's so many gaming channels. There's so much good stuff going on.
There are some positive streamers. There are some good success stories where, because of the revenue split for subs or because of the creator incentive program, they're able to do full-time content creation. Those things do exist. Yes. But those aren't really as big of stories to cover as it is drama. Roxanne, welcome to the stream, or welcome back. If you are a bigger streamer on Kick, you get away with more crap. Yeah, it really there's definitely some evidence that supports that a bit. Yeah, I'm literally making a list of all the controversial streamers I've seen on here since December 2022. Really?
On Kick. It really sucks when there's like this one person that everyone's like, oh, Kick is like bad because of this. So, obviously I think we've kind of realized that there's not we don't have a perfect system. Like, we got to continue to like make sure that our moderation policy is in line with what we want the platform to be known for. And I think it's a balancing act, right? It's a balancing act. I don't think it's gotten, it hasn't changed massively. Our philosophy towards moderation hasn't changed. I think our processes. I think that there's been evidence that the processes we have in place weren't flawless. There was flaws in our process of how we ensure a safe
So he's stating that their process for moderation, um, the process for their moderation in the past wasn't as good, but now their new process is better. But yet we just saw something, stupid happen the other day, which didn't really reinstate that idea. I mean, I guess it did. I mean, they did ban Neon, at least they did ban him, but it was for 2 days. If somebody else were to do it, if I were to do it or somebody else were to do it, it'd probably be like a week ban, I would say. I highly doubt it's a 2-day ban. I think it's so stupid when a streamer goes to a crackhead area and talks crap to them. How's that content? Personally think it's stupid. Yeah, I mean, new platform they can go to because they get banned everywhere else. Oh yeah, every other platform bans them. Kick is the only place they can go. And then if they do get banned, they just get banned for really shortly. Is that Neon banned forever? No, he's unbanned. Neon got banned for 2 days for what he said to that 15-year-old or whatever it was.
Platform without, over moderating at the same time. So yeah, we're working on it constantly, man. That's the thing, right? I think, ultimately we just want Kick to be a positive place that people associate with positive things.
Yeah, I agree, man. Look, people don't think about, people never really get you never really see the flowers Kick gets. Like, look what happened. I came to Kick, there was no app, there was really no structure. I came to Kick, and I really think that, people don't really talk about, what I've done for this shit. And, Chad, y'all too, the community too. The community really has done a lot. So,
yo, can somebody give me some examples of what Adin Ross has done for Kick? Besides, being on the front page when he announces it and pulls up, that one big website that is not safe for it's got lots of nudity on it. Besides that, what has he done for Kick? Really? I mean, to be fair though, he's done a couple of cool things, right? The boxing events that he does and stuff. Hey, I mean, I'll take it, right? I mean, I'll take it. That's good. That's not bad, right? That's not bad. But there's been a lot of bad stuff that he's done that overlooks all the good stuff. But please, he's got a warehouse with XQC. Hopefully these guys do some Ludwig type events, some OTK type event. Do some of those events, man. Or at least try to find somebody that can do that. Shut up. Yo, 3K TV. Welcome to the stream, brother, man. What's up?
People don't really talk about how powerful that is, right? You have a crazy community that really
reality
really
versus society is that drama and negativity sticks more than positive and success. I agree.
Kick has been through. We have it's been about a year since I've been here, and it's crazy to see like what they've done and what I've done and what XQC's done. So we got to keep going.
What have they done? What have they done? Not 4K 60 TV though. Oh, that's true. No one cares about Ludwig events. They all flopped. I don't know. I enjoyed when he did the dodgeball event. I enjoyed it. The dodgeball event was really good. That was probably his other events I haven't really seen. The dodgeball event was probably his best one in my opinion. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. His other events, I don't really know. Adin came for the bag. Adin Ross came for the bag. XUC. Like there's a lot of streamers that they got paid a lot of money to come to Kick. Yeah, of course. They got a ton of money to do it. As well as they have this kind of like sense of like free roam type thing, right? They got a lot of sense of like free roam type thing, where it just, he's a part owner of the platform, so he can kind of get away with a good amount of stuff. But I will say Adin Ross has been definitely a little bit calmer lately. He's been more relaxed lately, so he's been at least better. Ice Poseidon has also been a lot better. I mean, I honestly give props to Ice Poseidon. When he first came here, he was doing some things that just should not be on the platform. But now he's actually doing his own thing, and major props to Ice Poseidon. Even if you may or may not like him, he's actually been doing okay, in my opinion. He's been doing fine. He's been doing his own thing, Okay. Kick needs an event. Have the worst streamers go swimming with sharks. Yeah, that's a little crazy.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. No one wants to pick up on the positive stories, right? That's okay. That's just how things are, right? Like we get that. So, But yeah, it's just about
Hey,
removing
I'm
those
bringing the
negative
committee back,
situations
weirdos.
that people can kind of start
What other
to
question you guys got?
grab onto and run with. Because ultimately, I think there's a lot of people that want to see Kick fail. Like I think that's fair enough, and a lot of people go, I told you so. It's not working.
Listen, I want to see Kick succeed for all they can. Okay, I want Kick to succeed for all they can. Please believe me. But we need some different things going on here. Yeah, right. We need some different things going on. But we'll see. What do you think of Deep? I've heard of that name before. Don't know much about it. I don't know. I don't watch these guys. I don't really watch these guys. I only watch stuff if it has Kick news, or if it's something that affects Kick as a whole. Otherwise, all those other people, all those other guys, I don't really pay attention to them. I don't even know who they are.
Working out, it's all gone to shit, and that's fair enough. But I just don't think we can give those people excuses to kind of run off with these crazy theories and stuff. So yeah, exactly. I think it's also the communities, right? I think the fact that you, for example, and XQC and heaps of other people have not only brought all their community over, but they've grown their community even bigger.
That's true.
That's kind of special. Like, there's also so many small, medium streamers that didn't even like the first place they streamed here. It was on Kick, right? They built their communities from the ground up, and a lot of that's on the back of you bringing your community over. Like,
well, I mean, I'm one of those. How I tell Adin I want to stream. How do you tell him that you want to stream? You don't really like. I don't know what he's gonna do for you. I mean, if you go to my YouTube channel, though, if you go to my YouTube channel, that's the links in the chat. You can go. You can go there and see tutorials. There's a tutorial there for how to stream on Kick.
Like, so you bring everyone from what you've built over here to Kick, and then the downstream effect of that is that creates 100 other communities throughout Kick.
Yo, who came to Kick because of XQC? Right? Who came to Kick because not XQC? Adin Ross. Type 1 in chat if you came to Kick because of Adin Ross.
For the better, it is what it is. Takes time to grow.
Nah, I need a contract. You're not gonna get one. It will take a long time to change things for the better. It is what it takes. It is what it is. It takes time to grow. Yeah.
That normally would never have had visibility on another platform. So there's so many situations like that which get overlooked, and I think it's about
fair enough.
Focusing on
came to Kick because of train wrecks, stayed because of Ice Poseidon.
I love it.
Okay,
Eddie, I don't want to hold too much of your time. Chav, you guys have any more questions for Eddie? Now's the time to ask. He's been asking a bunch of shit. I mean, answering a bunch of shit. Oh, Eddie, I texted you those 5 people I really want to sign. We got to push for those people. I'm telling you, it'd be big.
Yeah, well, dude, I was talking to one of them recently. Yeah, we like almost all good to go.
Okay, cool. So we got some.
Yeah, Lou, there's something going on with the viewers. What happened? Viewbot. Something that happened with the like the URLs. Yuppy.game /slash OHD and stuff. I don't know. There's some like weird bugs with it, but I think it's because. Hang on, let me see here. I think it's. Hang on. Yeah, if you take like that URL or any of the other URLs and copy that exact URL or click on it, it'll cause an error.
Coming. That's good.
Okay. No, but you're with the signing stuff, right? Like what we decided to do was like, especially with the KCIP stuff, like obviously everyone's like sat around when we signed like you and XQC and all these other guys, and everyone's like, oh, why are you signing like these big guys and not the small to medium guys or whatever, right? Like that's been a big focus recently, is like getting everyone like with a small to medium sized audience. So like that's kind of where our focus lies. But if you're telling me get these 5 people, we'll get them, right?
They're huge.
Just get them to reach out. Just make a group on Telegram with me, you, and them, and then I'll like expedite the process and we'll get them set up, right? But like from our standpoint, like rather than making these big headlines like Kick signs this guy, Kick signs that guy, like we want to like look after like hundreds, if not thousands of these small to medium sized guys, because honestly that's what makes a platform. It's those small to medium sized communities as well. Like we need people like you, like that's fundamental, but more importantly we also need hundreds of smaller communities to thrive as well, right? That's what makes this more of a platform than just the AdinRoss.tv or something.
Eddie, what do you think streaming is?
Yo, Ansem, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. He'll fix it. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you.
like where it's streaming's at right now, what do you think is in your eyes peak content? Where is streaming heading towards? Like as someone who owns, one of the biggest streaming sites, Kick. So where do you see streaming going?
I don't know, right? I think for a while there was obviously like IRL sort of stuff going on, which was like I think like Fuzi, right? Like came along and kind of mixed the game up a bit and did some crazy stuff, and I thought I was popping, but I think it's slowed down a bit. Like that's the thing with stream, right? It's all trends, right? It's peaks and troughs. Like suddenly one thing's the trend, and the next one is, right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what is coming up next, to be honest with you, but I think IRL streaming still has a lot to.
Well, Eddie,
A lot
next
of
year,
potential if it's done properly. Like I think it just needs to be like people need to go in with a plan. Like have some like wholesome content. Like I think IRL streaming got like really like polluted with like trying to get reactions and doing like the crazy, which was I guess for the first month like people were like, whoa, this is cool, but it obviously just
I did not get bitched. Stop.
Kind of snowballed and started being detrimental almost, but. I'd love to see IRL streaming get back on track and people do some really cool, wholesome stuff. Like, dude, your stream with the XQC where you guys were like skiing and stuff. Like,
it was so fun.
Cool. I love that.
Yeah,
I really like that.
That's
that was like one of the best.
When me and X had a Cava, we wanted to do more stuff like that. Now that he's gonna be here, we're gonna work out of the warehouse. We want to host like bi-weekly, like our own like type of like our own type of like event. And we want to do some more content. But Eddie, when GTA 6 comes out next year, it's gonna break tons of so streaming is gonna always be here and here and here and here. So
GTA 6 is gonna be huge.
A lot of cool stuff. Yo, what do you think about the F1 team? How's your F1 team? I know you own one now, so before anyone really. So
what if he's gonna talk about the car crash?
F1 team?
Is it 1 year for Kick? We're over a year.
It's cool. It's actually like literally, I think just before I got on this call with you, I was like had the film crew from Drive to Survive out here. They're like kind of filming some segments and stuff and doing some shit, which was pretty cool. So
that's cool.
Getting amongst it and I don't know. I think the F1 stuff's awesome, right? It's it's
Mando crash.
Such a global sport. Like so many people know what's going on. Like the amount of people who bring it up now, they're like, oh, it's in the Stake F1 team. It's sick, right? I don't know. I think the team though it's got a bit of work to do. I think they had a rough start to the season, but I think I think they'll turn it around. It's interesting. It really it's just an awesome sport. Do you follow it?
No, but
not.
But I follow now soccer. You can now buy a soccer team. I'll follow them. But you should buy an NBA team. I know you Aussies don't know what that is, but NBA is basketball.
NBA
it's fun.
team.
It's good sport. It's good sport.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I think an NBA team. That's kind of like a big deal, right?
Yeah.
That's like a real big deal.
Oh, Eddie. I wanted to tell you. I'll talk about it off camera with you. I'm starting my own product. And I want to know if you would like to pitch, and if you like to pitch, I might give you some equity. I don't know.
Wait, your own product or you launched your merch recently, right?
I did. I launched. I don't want to call it merch. But I launched a brand.
Okay.
My brand risk
brand. Yeah.
And
really
it fucking
well, right?
killed. It killed. It did amazing. Our first drop. But I'm also I'm gonna make my own product. I want to tell you about it more off camera, but I want to get you involved.
Fix. Are all the links that are like that fixed? Because I had that issue to with another link, with the Discord link.
Adin, you got that Midas touch, man. Whatever you touch turns to gold, dude. It's you know what's good. I'm here to support.
Thank you, bro. God, that makes me. Oh man, that's amazing. Eddie, I love you, man. Always love chat. Eddie, I appreciate you, bro, for coming on last minute. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon, man. All love.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you having me on the stream, yeah. And shout out to Adin's chat. I'm gonna come drop by later and put some emotes in.
Yes, and give some subs. You can give some subs too.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. All right, bro. Thank you. All right.
Gotcha.
W Eddie, chat. W Eddie. I ain't gonna lie. Ask about, dude. What? I don't know what you guys are saying. You guys are spamming this clip. I can't watch a clip right now, bro. Like, what is this clip? I can't even watch it.
Un clip. Yo. Para. Manden un click. Yo.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. The chat way too dang. Yes, chat's crazy. I don't know. What do you guys think? All should work regardless of case now. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah. What do you guys think? of that. Good, bad. What do you think? I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's interesting.